So welcome everybody. My name is Veronica Farmer. I'm an intuitive therapist working with individuals and families and groups, and I'm a guided meditation teacher. Today I am offering another lovely long meditation today and to calm and soothe the body. And in times where there's a lot of change and a lot coming around us, and not just in our own world, but in the greater global kind of environment, even though we might be quite peaceful within ourselves and our mind says, hey, everything's good, our body can be triggered and can have some interesting reactions. So to take this time out for yourself, to find some breath, to find some of those parts in the body that are a little triggered, can make such a difference for your immune system, for your nervous system, for your ability to cope in challenging or difficult environments. So thank you to Fedorov Family Lawyers for supporting and sponsoring this series to give us all much more stunning mental health. So I hope you've got somewhere lovely to lay back, to rest your head. If it's cooler, make sure you've got a blanket over you. And we'll begin with the breath, which is in for 5 through the nose and sighing it out to the count of 5. Letting it go. As you go through this series of breath, in for 5, eyes closed, breathing out. Relax the shoulders. Let the shoulders drop away from the ears. As you breathe in and out, the other great muscles that can hold a lot of tightness without us even realizing it are the psoas muscles. These muscles run from belly button and around the hips. And what you're wanting to imagine with this breath in for 5 is a relax and a calm through the belly. And as you sigh out, a letting go around the hips, around the bum, the thighs, all the way down to the knees. There's 2 areas of the body as you breathe in for 5 and breathe out for 5. Shoulders, belly, hips. Release. Well done. Our bodies very carefully hide and store old sensitivities, old moments that were challenging, where we can put a smile on and pretend to be confident, pretend that all is just fine. Whereas underneath, there might be feelings like duck's feet. And it's extremely healing to acknowledge and recognize some of those old suppressed stories through the body. We don't need to go back in and re-traumatize ourselves with running through those old stories. But what we're doing with this work is we're noticing where in the body we might be storing feelings of tightness or contraction, or maybe for you, these are areas where you might have niggles or pain. So what we're going to do now is, as we breathe in for 5 and breathe out for 5, just a sense of running warm liquid breath from head to toe, doing a beautiful gentle scan of the body, head to toe. And as you breathe in, flood the body with warm golden breath like sunlight. As you breathe out, releasing and letting go. Your intention here is to find a place in the body, in the center of the body, where you can deeply feel breath. That for you might be the sternum, it might feel through the ribs, it might feel the heart, it might feel the lungs, it might feel the middle of the back. But as you breathe in, notice where that center of breath, that center of strength widens for you. Sigh it out, letting go here. Flooding that area, that powerful area for your body with a breath of strength. And release it, let it go. Imagine as a little person, you're born. Your body doesn't have too many of these little knocks and contractions, whether they're emotional, mental, physical. And then we have an interaction with parents. So what we're going to do is we breathe in and out without any stories running through the head. We're just noticing what the feeling is that might come up through the chest as we breathe in. And notice what we might feel in the body around parents. Sigh it out. Is it warm? Is it wide? Is it a little tight? Is there maybe a little bit of anxiety? We don't need any stories, so don't let your beautiful head take you there. We love our mind. It keeps us busy all day, but this is a body exercise. If there's something there that could be better, that could be warmer, that could be calmer, that could be more neutral, as you take this deep breath in here, in for 5 through the nose, and sigh it out. Imagine the out breath, a beautiful release of old, stored, cobwebby energy, whatever that may look like for you. And each breath you take in here as we do this particular exercise, flooding the chest and the feelings of the body around the word parents with warmth, with neutrality, with acceptance, with peace. Breathe in for 5 and sigh it out. When we hold suffering in the body around a person, the only person that suffers really is you. So when we do this work, we're bringing a neutrality and a calm into the body that you deserve, because from that place, there is space to create much more healthy relationships, both within yourself and out into the world with others. Take a deep breath here. And notice a greater expansion now here through the chest as you breathe out. And letting that go. Now, as we breathe into the chest again, notice if there's any stories around siblings. And again, we don't need the word stories, the mind stories, just a feeling. Is it contracted? Is it wide and warm? Is it peaceful? Could it be better? If there's anything to let go there, take a deep, wide, warm breath in through the chest, count of 5. And through the mouth, letting go. Release it. As I said, these old feelings, old trapped feelings, and they may have been there for decades. They're not there in your mind. They're not there in your emotions. You're no longer aware of them, but the body might be storing them, and it's so much more healing for your immune system, for your nervous system, not to have these old triggers. And that's why we do this work. One more big breath in here and sigh it out. There's only old stories. There might be a little bit of old competition, even, it might be uncomfortable, a little bit of jealousy, which is often really normal with siblings and learnt when we were small, and it doesn't serve you now. Breathe it out, let it go. You want that now to feel more calm, more kind of mature. Release and letting go. As you do, releasing any old expectations that might have got stuck there around those people. Let it go now. Free yourself, free them. Now, as we breathe a beautiful deep breath into the center of the chest, the word friends pops up. During our lifetime, there's so many beautiful people that come in and out of our lives. Just keep running through this breath in for 5 and breathing out. Let your body do what it needs to do to heal whatever it's holding on to, good, bad, neutral, otherwise, around that word friends. Sigh it out, let go. Each breath out, letting something leave here that no longer is necessary. Some of these people come into our life for a short period of time to teach us something wonderful. Sometimes they teach us what we are not. Sometimes they lead us on a journey that is challenging, and sometimes on a wonderful journey. Whatever it is, breathe in, find the warmth, breathe out, let go of what doesn't serve you. Let it go now. There might be a sweet understanding that pops in about maybe giving too much, maybe doing too much, expecting too much from those around us. As you breathe in and out, half a cheeky smile here. As you're asking for more neutrality, you're asking for a sweet, cheekier observational wisdom to be in the body around the way that it sees that word friends. Beautiful, well done. That's huge work. Now the word children. Whether they're yours or yourself as a child, other people you care about as children. As you breathe in, find that feeling and smother it with warmth. If it's for your own child self, a sense of wrapping warmth, soothing, calming, releasing. As you breathe out, letting something go here. Is there more of a cheeky sense of humor that you could have in there? Understanding that sense of humor, that sweetness, helps us be so much less triggered out in the world to others or our own things that we might call a mistake. As you breathe in and out, just let that flow, let it go. Don't worry too much about what those feelings are. Sometimes some of you might even be feeling a bit of a shake through the shoulders, through the ankles. As we let these things go, sometimes the body makes little tiny movements. Feel free to use big breath out if you feel you need to let something go there. Now, let's do the trickiest one, but it's also the most rewarding. Again, we're not letting our beautiful mind go, right, I'm going back there. All we're doing is noticing the feeling. Is it expanded through your chest, or is it contracted through your chest when you think about partners? Maybe someone that you're with now, or those that you have known through your history of love. You can do it real quick, as if you were flicking through and shuffling a deck of cards, and you're flooding warmth, 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 release, release, observational neutrality. Work your way through that sense of breath. As you do, notice how your breath can expand deeper and wider through that chest of yours. Breathe in. And breathe out, letting go. Well done. Just taking 2 or 3 breaths here and deeply feeling the expansion of the chest as you do. How there's more room here through the front of the chest as you breathe out. And as you breathe in, really pulling warmth and energy in through the back of the body. And letting go, releasing shoulders. Nice work. Some of you, it might feel quite nice at this time just to do a little shake through the fingers, just to let that go. Well done. That's amazing. Now remembering that a lot of people never do this. They might do it on their deathbed and they're very old and ancient, do a little scan of life. But when we do this routinely, even if it's sort of once or twice a year, just to let go, what we allow is more space within us to deeply connect with others without huge filing cabinets full of weight, I guess. Neutrality and ease. Now breathe into the forehead. If you can, take a big deep breath in. Feel an expanded feeling in through the forehead. As you breathe out, run that warmth through the back of the eyes, the eyebrows. This time breathing in, notice the air through the nostrils. Breathing out, releasing the cheekbones. Breathing in, soften and release through the mouth. Breathing out, release the jaw. Nothing tight, nothing held through the jawline. If you need to wriggle your jaw a little bit back and forward, just to ease up that jaw, any tightness that you can feel through there, then do that. This next breath, almost catch the air through the throat. Feel the warmth of that breath through the throat now. Throat feels beautiful and long. As you make some noise, sigh it out. Run that warmth through the back of the neck. Letting go. Now run the warmth across the shoulder blades, down the arms. Feeling a warmth and a release through the palms of the hands, feeling a great length through the arms. And now coming back to the chest, because you've done this work of releasing some really important people to you, you might find something popping up, which many of us do when we do this work, is that there might be some other people, random people. Maybe they were a client many years ago. Who knows? Now don't give that too much thought, but just this moment now, taking a big breath in, kind of gather and catch them all, whoever they might be, that need a little bit more neutrality being held in your body. Could be just someone giving you a funny look in a cafe ages ago, but the body remembers these moments. So breathe in, find it, be sweet with yourself, and sigh it out. Let it go. And notice that deeper sense of peace and quiet and space. More space there now through the chest. More of a listening space, more able to turn up. So whether it's clients or friends or family, with a greater wisdom, a kingly wisdom, a queenly wisdom, because of this wonderfully wise space and spring clean. Breathing in for 5. We're going to do some exhales as we breathe out here with the words, oh yeah. It sounds like this. Oh, there's often a lovely rush of oxytocin, which is the feel-good chemical you get from eating chocolate or from a gorgeous cuddle with someone you love. When you experience that oh yeah breath, and the gorgeous thing is, no one's around you, no one can hear you. Oh yeah away, let's go. In for 5. Oh yeah it out. Nicely done. Notice that delicious warmth that begins to run down the spine, across the muscles of the back, making its way down to the back of the hips. This warmth, cheeky warmth through the hips here. Side out. Oh, yeah. Running that warmth now deep into the belly, like liquid chocolate. Belly warm, sure, wise, and strong. As you breathe in and breathe out strength, beginning to run that warmth down the legs, particularly through the thighs. We know that these are our running away muscles. These are our prepared to battle muscles, which trigger when we're a little stressed or overwhelmed, or other people make us stressed or overwhelmed. Just notice how these guys are doing for you as you breathe in. And oh yeah, or just breathe out, however sits with you, but long in and long out. Release and lengthen those beautiful thighs so that they are relaxed and calm, wise and awake, rather than contracted and defensive. That's it. Well done. Breathe warmth now into the knees. Take some time with the knees. These magnificent joints. Now running warmth down the back of the calves. Feel the back, the shins, the ankles. Maybe twisting the ankles round clockwise, then anti-clockwise. A few times slowly. Just to bring important movement, calm, and a sense of freedom through the ankles as you breathe. Take a big breath here as you notice from head down to feet a greater length. You can feel that chest. There's more space there now after the work you've done today. And you can feel more running warmth now into the belly, down those legs. And sighing it out. Warmth into the feet, long feet, to the toes. Nicely done. More space, more freedom. And when we are carrying less of these old suitcases of stories through the body, there is always greater freedom to allow new creativity, new insight, Einstein moments of, oh yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Brilliant new thoughts, concepts for your work, for the way that you connect. Just brilliance can shine in that space. Now, taking a moment to take a long, deep breath that feels like sunlight from head to toes, as if you are sunlight covered in skin. And then push that warmth as you breathe out to fill the room that you're in. And maybe with this next breath, sending a real feeling of light and wise wisdom. So those places on the planet right now that need to stop, those people that need to stop and take a breath, need to think before they act. Have a sense of a warmth running through them, reminding them of those they care about, reminding them of all the beauty that is possible when they stop and think and act with greater thought and warmth. One more deep, strong, long breath in here, flooding from head to toe and out past you, warmth into the room and out wherever you think it's needed. Whole body calm, clearer, more observational, and less sensitive to those itchy moments that may come up, and they do, in a world where many are triggered. Remembering that many, when they are triggered, will act like toddlers, and that doesn't mean that you have to respond that way. It's like when a little dog barks at you, you don't bark back. You go, hey buddy, it's okay. Have that sense about you so that you have that feeling of warmth, that feeling of leading, calm, greater calm, wherever you are this week to come, greater calm, greater peace. And now gently beginning to wiggle fingers and toes, maybe circling the wrists clockwise and anti-clockwise, gently here. And then bringing your arms above your head, taking a long, delicious stretch. Big breath in, sigh out. Well done, my friends. It's big work this week. Thank you for honoring your body, for giving it more space, giving it more attention and care. I wish you the most beautiful week ahead. Thank you again to the incredibly caring team at Fedorov Family Lawyers for the work that they do in the community and for sponsoring this to help so many out there from all over the world that listen in when they can. Take care and have a fabulous week.